So I've been staying in North York as I'm moving back to the big city. I was in Halifax, and there were several reasons why I decided to move permanently to Toronto. I've been in Halifax for 8 years. I was a student there, and I work remotely. I own an online reputation management firm, so I can work from anywhere in the world. I work from Turkey, Ukraine, Greece, Germany, Amsterdam. I even spent some time in Albania, and I decided, well, traveling's beautiful. The whole travel entrepreneurship is very sexy and appealing. It's not the most conducive to building an enterprise, because I asked myself, do I want to build a company making 6 figures a year, which was the case, or do I want to go to 7 figures, 8 figures, and begin to grow the business, move into other industries and sectors? It's very hard to do that from a beach. So I decided, hey, everything aligned in that moment. I'm going to move to Halifax, Nova Scotia. I was in a new relationship, and I said, hey, let me become more stable. Let me, I had a partner, I had 2 dogs, I had this apartment, and I said, you know what? Business is going well. Let me also get into politics. I joined the Conservative Party of Canada. I got to meet Pierre Poilievre. I even told him, hey, Pierre, when you were younger, about my age, you ran in Ottawa. You ran in Carleton. I want to run too. What do you think? And he said, your personal life has to be right. And at the time, I was going through so much. Living in Halifax is like pouring a packet of curry powder into a bowl of chocolate ice cream and expecting it to taste good. It just doesn't work. You have all this energy, all this momentum. Let's say if I did a sales event in Halifax, I say I'm going to invite the whole city. 3 people would show up. It doesn't matter how much energy you put in, you get 10% of that energy back. But if I do it in Toronto, it compounds. 1 person gets it, 10 people get it, they send it to 3 other people, and so my energy as an entrepreneur, as a business person, doesn't get depleted and dissipated in a city like Toronto. That's something I couldn't articulate in the 600 videos I made about Halifax. I said, you know what, you have to be the energy, you have to be the momentum, people will follow suit. But that's not always true. That's not always true in a city, that's not always true in a relationship, that's not always true in a political riding. And these are things that I learned. So if you watch the early videos, you would know ᴄᴏ Wang.
Yes, William, ᴄᴏ, yeah. Nader's friend, we're roommates before in Halifax.
Hello. So William, tell us about what life is like in Toronto. What are the benefits of moving to the city?
Yeah, Toronto is quite different from Halifax. I moved to Halifax last year. Toronto, I would say, is more chaos, more opportunities. Compared to Halifax, I think Halifax it's a place where you can find closer friends, forming closer friend groups. But here, you can meet all sorts of people from all walks of life. But sometimes you find it maybe hard to connect with people because people are all kind of on the go, working and stuff. But still, here you can meet people where you can feel like, wow, you can actually make a living this way. You're doing this, you're doing that. Just people doing very interesting projects and interesting initiatives. So it can definitely expand your horizon a little bit to make you think further and makes you more creative as well.
Tell us about the work that you do and like how that's changed as you've lived in the city.
Yeah, so funny enough, right now I'm doing a little bit of club promoting, nightlife promoting. It's something I would never imagine myself would do back when I was in Halifax. So after I came here, I didn't know anyone. So the fast way to build your network is to go out and meet people. So I started going out, going to different venues, different clubs. I started meeting some promoters, and my network just skyrocketed. So just because right now I'm still in the process of applying my Canadian permanent residency, I do need to have a job. So at the same time, I'm doing B2B sales for this big accounting software company. At the same time, running a nightlife promoting team, around like 10 people.
Now that we got off, we're heading to WeWork Toronto. And about Toronto is there's so many co-working spaces. Well, Halifax has ਭᴜ괜 and Regis. So despite just having the momentum here, having an incredible view, a lot of people say Toronto's too fast. I find it either matches my pace or I'm a bit quicker than the city. For example, it's Sunday, I'm at WeWork, there's maybe 3 people here. Most people are having a lazy Sunday. I'm in Toronto, I'm fired up, I'm ready to go. We have a sales event on December 15th where we're going to teach people how to leverage their online reputation to drive more sales. We're going to do this event. I know it's going to knock all the other events out of the water, and we can compete. There's this contention and momentum, and it rewards you for your efforts. And it's just, I hope we've encapsulated sort of the differences between a smaller city like Halifax, which has its merits, and Toronto, which is something that will reward you differently based on the effort you put in. So I just covered our invoice at the Waterfront Neighborhood Center and checked out the room. It's a small place. Like, this is going to be our first Toronto sales event, and we're going to see who we bring out, and then we just kind of replicate the pattern. That's what I've done with every business venture that I've ever done, is just lock it in, get it to work once, and then replicate and optimize a pattern. And it's going to be great. Look around the area. When people come to our event, they're going to get a beautiful view of the CN Tower over there, which is actually a lot closer than it looks on my wide-angle lens. I hope this video highlighted some of the differences between Halifax, Nova Scotia, and Toronto, and we'll catch you in the next video.